Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a couple of days already, actually. So the chicken, that we brined. I've actually brined it for 24 hours. And then I actually left it for a day and a half in the fridge uncovered so I can actually dry out the skin a little bit. Normally, if I'm serving customers, I actually dry about 3 days. It just dries out the skin and also intensify the flavor of the chicken. But again, I also use a bigger chicken for this. This is 1.4 kilogram. If I'm serving customers, normally it's about 4 kilos of capon. But nevertheless, if you can, put it in the fridge, uncovered, just for a day or so. Just dry out some of the moisture, excess moisture on the skin, so you can get a much more crispier finish on the skin. All right. So that's the chicken. It's ready. And then here I also got some vegetables that I'm going to cook with my chicken. Yeah. So I've got onions, baby onions. I've got sweet potatoes, carrots, zucchini, and then and also I keep forgetting what this is. Asparagus. So mushrooms, broccolis, and Brussels sprouts. So these are some vegetables. You can use any vegetables, that you prefer. I like to put the vegetables on the bed of the chicken. It just helps also bring the flavor out. So very easy prep once you've cut them. What you do is just put it in a bowl or something to make it easy. Just put it in there. There's no real art in here. Some extra olive oil, virgin olive oil. And salt. Yeah. Salt. Yeah. Right. I'm going to first put root vegetables on the bed of the pan I'm going to use. You can use a roasting pan. I like using this. It's just sometimes easier for me to use. Okay. Put the chicken over here. And then you just put. Again, there's no real beauty into how we put a bed of vegetables underneath. Yeah. So with chicken, I'm not really going to truss it. Trussing meaning, you see some chicken, I can tap the string around. I'm not going to do that just because I think if you do that, areas around here it's not evenly cooked. So I'd rather just keep it open, so get evenly cooked all around. I put some very thin olive oil on the chicken, just to coat very thinly, not too much. I'll be using some butter later, so this is just to protect the skin a little bit while I put it in the oven. So we've got a bed of vegetables, and what you do is just put the chicken in the middle. And I also have other vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and mushrooms, which very similarly I put olive oil and I put salt on it. I separate them slightly because these ones I'm going to put on top because they tend to cook quicker or burn a little bit. So what I like to do is, in a half time, if I think they're getting overcooked, I can easily take them out. That's really kind of a reason why I separate them. Again, there's no real art into how you're going to put them in there. Just kind of space and just put everything in here. Okay. Now I'm going to put this chicken in an oven which is 100 degrees on a convection oven, for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. After 45 minutes, I will look at the chicken, look at the temperature, and decide how long I want to cook. But I like to slow cook my chicken. Just being, I think all birds, you know, chicken, duck, pigeon, quail, they're all kind of very delicate bird. Also very versatile chicken, but it's very delicate in the meat. So rather do slow cooking at 100 degrees or sometimes 90 degrees, depending on the chicken. For this one, I would do 100 degrees, and then slowly cook them first inside, and then later, once it's cooked, now put up the heat to 230 and really cook the skin and get that really crispy skin that we all liked. Yeah. So here the chicken is ready. Yeah, with all the vegetables, and then just pop it into the oven. Alright, so I've been in the oven for about an hour and 15 minutes. And you use a thermometer and you put it in, and it reaches the thickest part of the breast, yeah? And then it reaches about 62, which is a good temperature. Because we're going to cook it again with some butter on and then with high heat. So now with this, I'm just going to leave it for about half an hour, just make it rest a little bit. At the same time, I'm going to take some of the vegetables out because they're kind of drying out a little bit. So some of the vegetables I talked about earlier on the which burns a little bit easier, I'll take them out and then leave the bird to rest for about half an hour. Okay? Okay, so we've rested the bird for about half an hour. So ready to put back into the oven again for another about 20 minutes. Again, the purpose is not really to cook the bird, it's more of actually crisping the skin. So what I'll do is I've got some melted butter here. I just use a brush and just generously coat the chicken. Okay. Chicken nicely. Okay. At this point, you may want to add some salt. What I always do is to check how much salt we need or we don't need. So I just kind of squeeze a little bit of the meat from inside, just a little bit. Taste it. It's definitely got enough salt, so I'm not going to add any more salt. But I am going to add a little bit of pepper. Okay. So again, generously. The chicken as well. Now we're going to add a little bit of pepper. Cook. Right, now this is ready to go back into the oven and cook for another, again, 20 minutes. You just have to keep checking the bird, how well, how crispy it is. I wouldn't do over 30 minutes because it's just then you start cooking the process again. What you want to do really is just to crispy the skin. Okay, so this goes back into the oven. Okay. Okay, so the chicken is out. As you can see, it's really crispy on the outside. Yeah, very crispy skin. Now this is really done. And all you have to do is to plate. Get a nice plate here. I like to kind of do a presentation with the chicken. Cut it in the middle, and then have some vegetables around. Oops, that was a bit hot. Yeah, but you can do it any way you want. But all it is, again, just to recap, is 100 degrees, about an hour and a half, really slow cooking to get to the internal temperature of the chicken to be about 60 degrees. Yeah, and once that's done, let it rest for at least half an hour, and then put it back in the oven at 230 for about 30 minutes. Yeah, and that gives you that crispy crust. Okay, so that's really the ultimate roast chicken. And my friends are here. I always start having beers, so I'm not going to carve. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to eat this thing. So see you for next lesson. Bye.